Welcome to Northworthy Sagas and Stories. Hello once again, good day to you all. I'm Tyrkir, your host. Welcome to Northworthy Sagas and Stories. Please watch our videos and leave a comment. We're always very interested to read them. And don't forget to subscribe. Now then, this is a story that was handed down by one particular family for many, many generations, concerning an incident that happened to one of their members back far away across the North and Baltic Seas, in one of the ancient ancestral homelands of the Angles. And, well, it's a story that first occurred during winter time, when the snow had fallen, and a local man, he'd taken out his skis and was availing himself of them, speeding across the white slopes. Now, not for the first time, he came across a Lapp. And as many of you will know, the Lapps are renowned for wizardry of all kinds. No one knows exactly what the argument was about, but there was one. They had heated words, very nearly came to blows. And in the end, they parted company on very bad terms. Now, this man, he went back through the woods, and he found after a while that he had to answer the call of nature. And so, he dropped his breeches and busied himself for a moment or two before making his way off again. However, the Lappish wizard had been dogging his footsteps, and when he came to the place where the man had relieved himself, then he took some of the yellow snow and he used it as an ingredient in a fearful enchantment. And, well, later that month, when the moon was at its fullest, then the man who had fallen under the Lappish curse felt his body begin to flow, to shift and change, so that now he wore the skin of a wolf and had to go out on 4 legs, howling like an animal beneath the white lunar disk. He'd been condemned by that Lappish wizard to run as a werewolf, or a werewolf as the English call it, a warg. For 7 years he'd be unable to shed his wolfskin shape. And beyond that, even after that time had expired, the curse would remain unless anyone showed the wolf kindness of any sort. And, well, that's how matters stood for a long time. For 7 years, he ran abroad, predating, hunting his prey, feeding on every fresh kill. And finally, the 7 years were up. But of course, as you can imagine, nothing changed, because no one wanted to show the wolf kindness of any sort at all. Humans, well, they shun the company of wolves, and in a similar fashion, wolves steer well clear of mankind. Now, the wolf had fallen in with a pack, and they lay in wait by an abandoned bathhouse. with a well-used track running by. And they were waiting for anyone who might seem like an easy kill. But it wasn't to be. Travellers came, oh yes, but they were always in a group, far too many of them at any one time. Now the man who wore a wolf's form, now he realised that he was actually very close to his hometown. So he slipped away from the pack. And by, he made his way back to his home. His heart leapt with joy within him to see his old farmstead. And indeed, there was his wife outside, cutting logs for the fire. And he kept back in the tree line. He didn't want to alarm her. But when she went to collect some fresh meat, then the pangs of hunger started gnawing within him, and he couldn't help but let out a plaintive howl. And his wife saw him. Obviously, she didn't recognise him. All she saw was an animal clearly suffering from starvation. And therefore, she threw him a mutton bone. And as soon as he fell upon it, locked his fangs around the bone and the meat, then the change came upon him once more. His human form reasserted itself. And once more, he wore the shape of a man. The curse was lifted, but never forgotten. That's why the story was handed down from grandfather, from father to son, and it's still told to this day. But for now, well, that's the end of this telling. And yet again, I'd like to thank you all for your indulgence. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and click on the notification bell. Thank you.